Jasmine Murray performed in front of millions on the American Idol stage, sang for the President of the United States, and finished top 10 in the Miss America pageant, all while suffering with fear and anxiety.
I think that fear is something that everyone has felt at one time or another in their life. And just to understand, though, within that you don't have to struggle with it for the rest of your life. It doesn't have to be what defines you.
In her latest CD, Fearless, Jasmine shares how God helped her overcome her personal struggle with doubt and worry, and how He can do the same for you.
Joining me now is Jasmine Murray. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Talk a little bit, if you will, about your life growing up. You're the youngest of 5,
Yeah.
the baby of the family.
Yes.
But what was that like for you?
Well, it was awesome. So I have, 3 older sisters and 1 brother. So basically I have more parents.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
I know, but it's really great because I'm super close with all of my siblings. My sisters have become my best friends. We talk all the time. Yes,
because you can trust your fam.
Right, exactly. Like you just have this level of trust and just they support you and they love you through everything. They always have your back, and I can always ask them for advice. And I know they know what I'm going through. They know what I'm experiencing in life, and so they're always there. Just like, anytime I call, my mom is always there, my brother. So I love that. I love having a big family. I've got 7 nieces and nephews as well. Wow. So yes.
The circle enlarges, right?
So it's expanding by the minute, but I love it. Oh my gosh.
You were also in a single parent family. Was that challenging? Were you aware of the challenges of that? I don't know your mom, but she must be an amazing lady to be able to do that so well.
She is incredible. She is incredible. She is my heart. And yes, it was challenging at times, but my mom has always been such a strong woman, and just even in the face of adversity, she grew up and she became a follower of Christ later on in her life, and so has carried that with her her entire life. And oh my gosh, I can remember waking up in the middle of the night and hearing my mom praying and speaking in tongues in her room, just on the floor, crying and praying out for all of us. And I didn't know what was happening, but now I look back and I'm like, what a gift to have a praying mom.
Boy, is that the truth.
Oh my gosh. So I can honestly say that God has blessed me tremendously with an incredible family, and an amazing mom. She did an awesome job raising us, and so I owe her everything.
You say that all of us have chinks in our armor. What do you mean by that?
I think that we all have things that we struggle with. I think that we all have things in life that we will be faced with that will challenge us. But I think at the end of the day, the Lord has given us the tools that we need in life. And most importantly, He's given Himself. Yes. And so through whatever it is that we go through, we can always count on Him. We can always know that He's there and He's faithful and He's not going to leave us. But there's always something we can learn from those things that we go through, and it's going to help shape us and help us to become better people and help prepare us for the next level in our lives.
And that's really happened for you, because a couple of the things that were chinks in your armor, if you will, were fear and anxiety, and yet here you are choosing to do things like American Idol, like the Miss America pageant, like a singing career before all kinds of significant people and large audiences. How did you deal with your fear and your anxiety as you moved into all of those things?
So I can remember on American Idol, I auditioned for American Idol when I was about 16. So it's been almost 10 years now. But my mom was with me the entire time I was on the show because I was a minor. So I got to have my mom there. And so that was a huge blessing because, like I said, she's my rock.
You weren't alone.
Right. I was never alone. And she was always there praying for me and lifting me up and encouraging me. And so I think that that's always, to have that foundation has always helped to keep me grounded. grounded, and to realize, you know, where my help comes from. So, and like I said, I mean, my anxiety didn't really start to heighten until later on in life, actually a few years ago. So that's when it really started to surface and to become something that, you know, I'd never really dealt with before.
In the end, we all wind up having to deal with those things that haunt us, even though it may only happen from time to time. For you, a big moment came when you were driving in your car to a studio where you were supposed to write. What happened?
Yeah, so I was on my way to a writing session that day, and I had a panic attack in my car.
Had you ever had that before?
I had, yes. But you know, for me, it was in the midst of like still kind of understanding what a panic attack even was, and how it affected me. And so for me, it felt like I couldn't breathe, and my stomach was hurting, and I felt like I was choking, like all those things at once, and like you're just completely not in control of your body at that moment, and it's so scary. So so that was happening while I'm driving to my session, and I'm just trying to catch my breath. I'm just trying to breathe and meditate. And so I park my car, I get there, and I'm calm. It's passed, and I walk into the session, and the two writers I was working with that day had already kind of had something mixed up for me, and I was like, well, I kind of want to write about fear, but I didn't want to go all the way into it yet. I just hadn't shared it with a lot of people. And so it was crazy because before I knew it, I just started crying, and I just could not hold it back any longer. And I was like, this is what I'm going through, and it's overwhelming, and I feel like, you know, it's taking over who I am. And they just started praying for me and lifting me up, and just telling me, you know, it's going to be okay. Like, you know, we are here for you, and we want you to be healed, and we want you to understand that you don't have to struggle with this forever.
You know, so often God takes something that the enemy has meant for evil in our lives and then works it to good. And he did that for not just you, but all of the people who love you and follow your music with the song Fearless. That's what came out of that session.
Absolutely.
How did you go from the time where you were falling apart and feeling like you were out of control to writing a song that has now touched thousands and thousands of lives?
Yeah, well, it was in that session where I was able to be just completely vulnerable, and I hadn't planned on it, but it was almost like I couldn't control that either.
For you, yes.
Yeah, I think the Lord was allowing me to be vulnerable, and to, you know, to not hold it back anymore, and to share it. And I now see the reason why. And so that song came about that day, and you know, we just started talking about it. I just started telling them, you know, what it was like. And so a lot of those lyrics are exactly just what I was saying in the session.
Well, we have a clip of you singing that song. So let's take a look at Jasmine Murray singing Fearless.
But I wasn't given the spirit of fear, I was given the power of love. Well, everything I've been fighting against, I'm gonna lift it up. I wanna be fearless. No holding back, no backing down. Fearless, because I believe you're with me now. Bring on the unknown, lead me and I'll go. Come set me free, God, I wanna be fearless. I want to be fearless.
Amazing song, great lyrics, really speaking, I hope, to any of you who are out there today who might face fear and anxiety in your own life. You also have started an organization called 13 Going on 30. Give me a quick explanation of that.
So 13 Going on 30 was my platform when I competed as Miss Mississippi and the Miss America program. And so it's based off of the movie with Jennifer Gardner. And so basically it's geared towards young girls embracing their age and not growing up too fast.
Amen.
So as Miss Mississippi, I traveled around and spoke with the Boys and Girls Clubs, had my own 13 Going on 30 camps, and just encouraged girls to understand their worth, their value, not to give in to peer pressure, and to just enjoy being a kid, because
celebrate where you're at.
Yes, you have all the time in the world to become an adult, and trust me, it's coming, but just enjoy being a kid.
Well, your messages are for all of us, young and old alike. The album that's just been released, out brand new, Fearless. You can find it wherever music is sold. And Jasmine, we thank you so much for being with us. What a good platform the Lord has given you for many things.
Thank you so much.
Great to have you here.